We've titled this class The ABCs of Nutrition because it is very simple. And some of the things might contradict what you've heard in the past. However, you do not need a biochemistry degree to figure this stuff out. I don't have one. I don't even remember biochemistry. However, let's start with the definition of nutrition. Nutrition is the sum total of everything that contributes to growth and repair of the body. And that's a little different than, what is the first thing that comes to mind when we say nutrition? Anybody? Food. So you think, oh, nutrition, but this is going to be a seminar about food. And we are going to spend most of our time tonight talking about food. But just so you have an idea, nutrition is not just about food. It's about everything that contributes to the body working the way it's designed to work. And it's a vital process that's carried on only by living organisms. Obviously, a rock does not partake in nutrition. There is no growth and repair in a non-living thing. But in living organisms, there is growth and repair. And we're going to talk about that. And just remember, food alone is not enough. I'm going to just cover a quick list. We're not going to describe these things, but just so you can get your mind thinking about some of the other things that are involved in the growth and repair of the body. I'm just going to go through it very quickly. You have to breathe good air, maintain a comfortable body temperature, keep the body clean inside and out, drink pure water, get proper and adequate rest, eat natural foods, sunshine, exercise, rest and from mental and physical exertion. You need to enjoy play and recreation time. You're starting to see that these things are a part of a balanced life. You want to have emotional poise. You have to have peace of mind. You want to be in a pleasant environment, and you want to feel like you belong to a group. Humans are gregarious creatures. You can't really isolate yourself and have health. You have to feel like you're part of a group. You have to have self-mastery and discipline, security of life, useful work. You want to be committed and motivated. You want to have a purpose. You want to have, the men will probably like this, instinct of reproduction. Reproduction is part of your healthy lifestyle. You want to love and be loved, expression of feelings and emotions, and self-esteem. And last but most, you have to trust in God to have fullness of life. So anything that helps or hinders the function plays a role in what's going on in your body. But let's take some time out and talk about the top 4. What do you think the top 4 things are when it comes to nutrition? Let's start with number 1. What is the first most important thing when it comes to nutrition? Anybody? I'll give you a hint. Breathing, air. And the second most important, what do you think? No, not water. This usually stumps people. Who? Rest and sleep. And the third is water, and the fourth is food. Now, how do we know that those are in the proper order? It's actually quite simple. How long can you go without oxygen? Just a number of minutes. How about how long can you go, and most people don't know this, how long can you go without sleep? You can go probably 3 days or so, forcing it, maybe 4 days, and at that point, your body would be forced to sleep. But otherwise, your body functions would start to shut down. How long can you go without water? 4 days? More? No, actually a couple of weeks, if you had to. Now, I'm not saying you go out and try to fast and have no water for a couple of weeks, but you could survive. There have been many cases where somebody's been trapped in a wreck, in an earthquake wreck, and they've gone weeks without food or water, and they've recovered perfectly fine. In the Bible, Moses fasted 40 days without water. How about food? You could literally go months and months without food. And later on, we're going to talk about purposely going without food for a period of time. That's called fasting. And there is certainly a difference between starvation and fasting, but you could actually go for a number of months before you even begin starvation. And we're not going to talk any more about that. In a future class, we're going to talk at length. So let's talk about food. Every animal Every single animal in nature has a food that it is biologically adapted to eat. Would you agree with that? That there's a normal diet for all animals? However, we can't take a human in nature and determine what's normal. Why can't we do that?
We have taste buds.
We have taste buds. Well, just because there's no humans in nature. You know, there's no humans that are really living in their natural environment, not that we can really observe, especially in the United States. Are there anybody in the United States living in their natural environment? Of course not. Many of you live underneath artificial lights. You don't get a breath of fresh air the entire day. And you're eating foods that you purchase in a supermarket out of a package. So when we talk about animals, let's take a cow, for instance. What is a normal food for a cow? Okay, if left alone, a cow would eat grass. Do you think that the cow is perfectly adapted to finding, obtaining, and eating and getting the nutrients out of grass? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, a cow can grow up and be 1,500 pounds on grass alone. So, how about a lion? What does a lion eat? Meat. The primary diet of a lion is meat or flesh foods. And do you think that a lion is perfectly adapted to obtaining meat, catching it, eating it, and getting all the nutrition out of it, and it supplies the body's needs? Absolutely. And in humans, by the end of this evening, we're going to figure out what the human is perfectly adapted to. Now, we're not going to take the same approach.